Change is always hard.
If you live in a community that hasn't seen a lot of change, and we're proposing something that's radical and different and potentially scary, we have to put ourselves in their shoes. If we're going to move forward with these plans, how can we adapt them to have the least impact on your life? I certainly don't want someone to make what could be one of the biggest decisions of their life and has a long-lasting impact on their family and their community unless they know all of the details, they know exactly what they're getting into. So it's a huge responsibility for us and not something that we take lightly.
You know, this was not rampant pell-mell development. This was carefully considered, went through a long public process. I thought that sPower did a good job of coming in and holding community meetings and meeting with impacted people.
We can't do our job if we don't have strong host communities that want us there, and we need to be beneficial partners to those communities.
sPower owns and operates our projects. We're here not just for the development or the construction of the project, we're here for the life of the project. Without buy-in from the community and without our contributions, we're not going to have a successful long-term project.
We took the tact of getting the community involved, building coalitions of people that were experts because it is their backyard, quite literally, and asking for help to solve some of these problems. And that's been super powerful.
You can't create and maintain strong relationships without trying to understand other people.
I have spent probably the last 10 years really establishing relationships, putting my heart and soul into finding out who the people are, how are they affected by our projects. I think it's important that the community has a voice and that sPower has its voice as well, but that we're able to kind of mesh those two goals together so that we can build successful projects.
If you just let any contractor come in from anywhere, you realize that that money is not staying and being invested back in the community.
You know, the city can't do it alone, so we need partners that come and join us in this vision. We've seen a number of companies come in who talk a good game, who say they can do certain things and they don't deliver. On every occasion, the leadership of sPower, as well as the people they have on the ground, have done what they said they're going to do and delivered regularly. Those are the type of companies we want to see come in that can add value and not just extract, right? And it's a partnership. It's putting more in than you take out.
Giving in its purest form is being able to come into a community and make a difference. When we first started having conversations with sPower about their gift, we were kind of blown away. This kind of gift doesn't happen very often, not in our small community or large communities. A fund of this size really can make a huge difference and impact in the areas of schools, safety, in the parks, in transportation.
Oil production and mineral production has gone down, and then you get an influx of tax money from sPower. It's a win-win for people who want to have agriculture and want to have a tax base that provides for the infrastructure needs.
We pay those taxes as kind of a silent community partner. We're not impacting the sewer system, right? We don't have any permanent facilities. We're not drawing from the water system. We're not asking for help from the fire department or the police department. We're not bringing a lot of people in and putting them into public schools, but we're funding all these things. We want to be a good neighbor. We want to contribute, and we certainly don't want to be a burden to these communities.
You may never see the result of what you did by having a counseling session with a young teenager who wants to commit suicide. So giving isn't about yourself. It's about being able to see the potential in your community.
The Community Athletic Project is a project we started for the youth of the Antelope Valley. Unfortunately, because of the cost, we were hindered by it and we weren't able to do it, but we were able to go out and get sponsors, and that's where sPower came in. You have to find companies that are interested in building the youth of your community. You can go to different high school games, you can go to different events, you can go to different fundraising opportunities, and sPower is always there.
We have about 80% of our students are on financial aid. sPower and the foundation came together to create a scholarship endowment. And when you see a company allocate monetary resources and advertising resources to help you help your students, that's a good company.
I take immense pride in what we've been able to do together. To build these projects, to put people to work, to invest over $1 billion into these communities, and to see the satisfaction that our employees and our teams get out of seeing these projects be built, generate clean, renewable energy.
If we can reinforce the positive benefits of changing to renewable energy generation, to electrification, and seeing the positive benefits that that has on our homes, on our schools, on our kids, on our colleagues, and on our neighbors, and something that we definitely want to be a part of, and I think something that everybody wants to be a part of.